Trying to go back and show a little different angle on what happened with the leaders. Here's how Robbie Gordon made the pass on Ambrose to get in front of him, and then the continuation. So Gordon by there, and then Ambrose back off that same corner.
Ambrose got a great bite up off that corner and just kind of jacked Robbie up and just going a little quicker than Robbie was.
Vince?
You know, one of the worst people you can be in a situation like this is a NASCAR official, because they're getting it from both camps. Certainly down here in the 55 camp of Robbie Gordon, the crew was pleading that indeed Robbie was ahead or should have been ahead of Marcus Ambrose when that yellow came out. And all in good nature, but certainly the NASCAR officials are the guys that the teams are looking for immediately when there's some sort of controversy this late in the race. So Robbie Gordon will be back in that number 2 position, but the guys down here aren't too happy about it.
There it is. Couldn't see that coming, could you?
He might just have to drive off the island because NASCAR might be just a little mad at him.
All right, so the lead is changing hands here now. Kevin Harvick has just gone out in front. A confusing situation to this race. Robbie Gordon may now be first in line on the racetrack, but the lead belongs to Kevin Harvick. Now, here comes the driver from Quebec, Patrick Carpentier, trying to see if he can catch Harvick and pass him for what would be the win.
These fans are going nuts here.
Rear sway bar, about the same amount of times it takes to fill it up. Here comes our leader.
Race leader Marcus Ambrose now pulls into pit lane for what will be his final stop. Remember, it is a dredgingly slow 30 miles an hour down pit lane, and Marcus has to go all the way to the Ward's pit out. Vince, you're there.
Well, of course, this is the final pit stop for Marcus Ambrose, filling it full of Sunoco fuel and changing the 4 Goodyear tires. Gary Cogswell on the crew chief talking on the radio, encouraging his crew guys to hit those lug nuts hard. And he was also pleading with Marcus Ambrose to make sure he didn't slide through the box when he came in. He hit his marks perfectly, getting last drop of the Sunoco, and away he goes in the 59.
But again, a little bit slower stop. It's awfully treacherous in pit lane. Here comes laps remaining. Oh, no, you aren't going to believe what I'm going to tell you, folks. Marcus Ambrose is getting a speeding ticket. He was too fast coming into pit lane. He's going to have to come back in. And 99, we're being told. David Ruderman.
You got to do a pass through.
Unbelievable.
Here's Villeneuve's stop. All right, let's go back and show you what happened with Marcus Ambrose coming into pit lane.
Trying to slow it down. You can see he's got the tires locked up.
Rear tires completely stopped. I mean, that's...
He couldn't get it done.
Hey, a rule's a rule, but under those conditions, you'd think there'd be a little bit of a break, but
well,
understand it.
He is going to have to do a pass-through. There is Scott.
Few tracks around the world can boast 30 Formula One Grand Prix. This famed venue can, but it's also found some new tenants of late in the NASCAR Nationwide Series and the Rolex Sports Car Series. It's Grand Am's 3rd visit in as many years as Speed welcomes you to the Montreal 200 at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Well, as you saw right there at the top of the show, one of the headlines, perhaps the biggest line of this weekend's race, is Marcus Ambrose, Carl Edwards coming together in their Daytona prototype debut. Yes, what you just saw there was the heavily crashed Dallara of Doran Racing. Weather is a real talking point here. This is on the outlap. Carl Edwards has crashed the Aflac Dallara heavily. Marcus Ambrose is standing by with Chris Neville.
Lee, we've had 9 Cup drivers behind the wheel this year. This weekend it was going to be 11. Marcus, you were just getting your visor ready on your helmet. You looked up and the car in the wall.
Yeah, look, that's not what you want. You know, I just hope Carl's all right. You know, it's his first time in a sports car and the rain's coming down and these cars are treacherous on cold tyres. And when something like that happens, I guess I'm just lucky that I'm not driving it. But, you know, it was a great effort for us. You know, Kevin Doran and all his boys here just did a wonderful job to get us ready for this race. you know, we felt really good about our chances today running in the top 5, and just a real shame for us. Just got to thank AFLAC and iRacing and AU1 for coming on board, trying to help us out. It's definitely not the way that we wanted to end this show. We didn't even get it started, really.
Well, all the cars were making their way to the grid on slicks, and then the rain came down, so obviously Carl caught out. But you guys had a chance to test the car. You've got a lot of running here this weekend. How much did you enjoy the Daytona prototype?
Oh, look, it's just a great experience. Had to thank all the guys at Grand Dam. They've got a fantastic race car to drive, and the Doran team and the whole crew on the 77 done a wonderful job for us too to get us ready for here. But we'll have to try again, I guess. It's just a real shame.
Well, you've got one of your biggest fans up in our booth, and I know he's heartbroken right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Lee. Sorry to all the fans that tuned in to watch us today. Just a real blast.
Yes, it's quite hard to believe, isn't it? And we're going to show you exactly what happened to Carl Edwards, who was very excited to be here at Montreal. Calvin.
Coming off turn 10, it's about 35 miles an hour, low speed there. And starts to lose the car, corrects and just slams into that fence over on the right-hand side. Remember, these Daytona prototypes do not have traction control. We talked about the fact there's been some drizzling there on the parade laps, and Carl was just caught out on cold tires, it looks like.
Here is your race leader, Marcus Ambrose, heading down for turn 13. Into 14 will be the left-hander, and he'll have one lap to go to finally win a race that has eluded him for the past 2 years here at Montreal.
And this is going to be the longest last lap of his life. I mean, this has been so hard for him to get around this track with all these caution flags, but he looks great right now. But Carl Edwards, don't count him out. He's closing in on him.
He knows exactly. Listen to the fans cheering these guys as they go by.
Marcus Ambrose has been flawless all day long. He just has to make a few more corners to get this thing home.
Carl Edwards trying to do everything he can to get close for one more final dive on him, but I don't think it's going to happen. Marcus has just been that superior today.
I'll tell you, Carl Edwards not letting him get away from him too far.
Now this track's drying out pretty good right now. Carl's getting some good bite on these dry sections of the racetrack and actually running them down just a little bit.
Looks like he has closed the gap.
Long way to go still when you think about it in Marcus Ambrose's eyes. Heading down into 8. That's the final time there. So only one more real good opportunity for him.
But Carl Edwards is right there. I mean, one mistake by Ambrose. Carl Edwards win this thing.
Down in the hairpin here, Andy. This is where he's got to try to get it done.
If he's going to dive on him, it could be here.
And he tried. He's made a move here.
Going to go high-low on him.
Right off the corner.
Can he get the grip?
It's the grip. He's trying to fight that grip off the corner.
All right.
He gets in the bumper. He's pushing Ambrose.
Yeah. Now he's got one more chance going into 13. Marcus taking the defensive line down the middle, saying if you're going to go, you're going to tell me where you're going first. Here he comes into 13.
Well, Carl Edwards is doing everything he can right here. And
Marcus!
Big time curve. Here comes Edwards.
No! Can you believe this? Carl Edwards gets around him. Marcus makes one mistake all day, and it's going to cost him the win.
The last lap hits the ripple strips, goes airborne, and loses the race all by himself.
Andrew Ranger comes home third. Jacques Villeneuve fourth. Brad Keselowski in fifth.
Unbelievable. You got to feel so bad for Marcus.
That means the world to me. That means the world to me. Thank you.
Well, you got to hand it to Carl Edwards, but what a heartbreaker for Marcus.
Oh, absolutely. Heartbreaker for Marcos Ambrose. So
you can see how much this means to Carl Edwards, though. This is a big, big win for him.
With NASCAR Countdown at 7 Eastern Time. They see Marcus Ambrose just in front of Carl Edwards. A lap and nearly a second down. That pit stop took an awful long time, and now Frank Kerr, the crew chief's trying to give his driver the picture.
At 60 is the leader behind you. You're one lap down. Past couple cars will get the lucky dog.
Well, he did pass one.
Yeah, but he got passed by the leader, so now he's 2 down.
Yep, and that's a problem.
Now, Ambrose just not quite as fast as he was before he had that alternator issue.
Yeah, I've been watching his lap speeds. It's just not looking good right now. Vince, what's he saying on the radio down there?
Well, the car feels a lot better, obviously, now that he's got more power, and he told Frank Kerr, man, I tell you guys, when he came in for that work of the battery, there was damage all over that race car. But they had a big issue with trying to get the battery out, and they weren't able to get it because of some of the damage there on the right side. So Frankie Kerr said, their crew chief said they just weren't able to get it disconnected and get it out. They were climbing into the car. They had the scissors out to the saw out to cut part of the underneath out so they could get that battery replaced. So it took a long time, but they certainly feel like they've got a car that can still get some things done, and maybe even some more problems for the 47 as now he's off track, guys.
Oh, yeah. That's that contact he had with the 34 a minute ago out of the final corner. Looks like there's some more things that developed.
I think he's got a sway bar actually broken here. He's not. Every time he turns the car, you see it rolling over. Not sure.
Here coming down pit road.
Not sure if it just broke a sway bar link, but I believe that's what he's got going on here.
Yeah, you can see it when he makes a turn, Andy. The air dam gets way. Look at that, rolling way over.
Yeah, that's what's got going on. I don't know if that's come from hitting curbs or whether it's just a bolt that came loose.
And it looks like it's a left front. I saw it hanging down as in that last shot we just had.
Oh no, here's Carpentier having problems.
What happened to the 00, Vince?
Broken track bar mount. They came in, they thought they just maybe had a tire going down, and they came in and immediately saw that the track bar was laying on the ground, so they're going to send Carpentier back to the garage area, as you can see.
And for Ambrose on pit road again.
Well, this will do it for him here.
Yeah, it will. We saw Ambrose come to that last corner. Sparks just flew off that car, and he almost hit the guardrail, gathered it back up, and it looks like as he went in that corner, that's when that left front corner of the sway bar broke.
Left front.
He's just got to be heartbroken.
Up the left, go forward, so you can see something in there. Something's broken. Pull the hood, check it.
Yeah, they'll see what's broken on this left side once they get the tire off.
So they got to raise the hand. He sees it up there at corner somewhere.
And it looks back to the crew chief atop the pit box, saying, what do we do about this?
Yeah, it's going to take a while to fix that. They'll have to get on the ground and, fix it, put another link on there.
Yeah, got broken arm joint, bud.
Yeah, arm joint's broken.
And there the window net comes down. Done. Only here for one reason.
Yeah, not racing for points. So, hey, their day's over. Loaded up, headed back to North Carolina.
As they come down, here's your race leader, Gilles Villeneuve, as they will get the green flag. Slow, 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 and all of a sudden, there goes the green flag into the air. So they really held up, almost had a log jam in the back there.
All right, this is the time of the race when stuff starts heating up in this particular corner right there. He jocked off the track.
He overdrove.
And Marcus Ambrose.
Both Canadian drivers, all three of our top guys right there.
Alex Tagliani had to check up. He's going to lose some spots. Everybody gets underway, and now they've got their work cut out for them.
We talked about it 5 minutes ago. The weather has that type of effect on the drivers, that urgency. You make things happen, and sometimes you regret it.
And now Gilles Villeneuve finds something that he has not had all day, a damaged race car, and he's going to have to figure out if he can get it back to the front. Ron Fellows is your race leader. Patrick Carpentier in his swan song, his final race, is running second. Leffler in third, Tagliani fourth, Robbie Gordon fifth. And all kinds of smoke. And
Elliott Sadler smoking.
And the 22 goes around again, so it has gone from bad to worse for Gilles Villeneuve just that quickly.
Yeah, this is the part of the race where everything's going haywire now. Now the drivers are out of brakes like we talked earlier. Their brakes are low. They can't stop. And they sailed it down to that turn one. Boy, you saw Gilles Villeneuve in the 22 car lock up the rear brakes like our Tim Brewer was talking about earlier. Got that baby loose and went off course.
You can see all the damage on the 22. Let's go back and show you what happened again on the restart.
Marcus Ambrose was racing hard, doing a great job, and I think that Jacques like, wow, I'm not going to have him cleared as easy as before. Rusty, I think you're right. He locked up the rear brakes. Then when he got in that grass, he lost the steering. Probably should have considered stopping and exiting turn 2. In hindsight.
And then here's the second incident. Oh, he got help from Ambrose.
Yeah, Ambrose is mad right now. He's mad at the 22 car, taking it out on him.
Yeah, you can bet that was retaliation.
Well, we're going to find out. Ambrose is again selected driver's right. The crowd comes to their feet one more time. 3 laps to go when we get the green flag. They make their way down, and
Again, the starter's holding on and holding on.
It's a late start.
It is, and he finally gives them the green flag. Hang on. Well, the top 10 are going to make it through. Sadler gets bumped out.
Oh, you see Mike McDowell out in that speedy dry, guys. No grip out there.
Yeah, Stevens moved up to third.
It is Ambrose out in front of Tagliani. Stephen Wallace with what would be a career best run if he can hang on to that position.
Boy, McDowell really got himself in a bad position by being on the outside with all that speedy dry. You saw his car slipping and sliding. Stephen got underneath him and got going. Another clean start, guys, from turn 1 and 2.
It surprises the heck out of us, doesn't it?
It does me.
We were expecting worse.
Let's give the guy in 5th place a ring of the bell because Brian Scott, whoa, look out.
McDowell is
he get
in
off
the
course and almost got so loose it turned it around. He saves it nicely.
That was a big save. He had one tire in the grass. It's a hard way to break.
Brian Scott has one top 5 in his entire nationwide career. Here he is on a road course, and there he is running in 5th. And there's Eric Almirola with his string of top 10s still going strong as he is at a good run. Like, look at this. The 32 of Resource that goes around.
Bad for our point guy.
He had come so far.
He was second in the points just then, guys, by 2 points behind Ricky Stenhouse. This is going to hurt him big time.
Drop to the back of the field.
McDowell making a pass here.
Taking a peek on the inside of Stephen Wallace as they go into 13. Can he make it stick? Little contact up over the curves. They both survive.
Well, that's as good as that can turn out. You see Stephen choosing to block a little on the inside, position himself for turn 1.
2 laps remaining on this 2.7-mile circuit. Wallace trying to hold off Scott. Looks like there was a little contact there.
Courtesy of the bumper cam, there was no doubt about it.
Well, you can tell the intensity heating up.
No, Ricky Stenhouse goes around.
That was our point leader right there. That is great for Reed Sorensen. We got a race again here, guys.
And he's got smoke out that right side. Is it a tire rub? Uh-oh. Remember the fact that the Roush engines, they've had some problems lately.
I think that's tire rub.
I think you're right. I think it is.
Boy, he was falling apart for a lot of the points contenders here late in the race. Elliott Sadler's, he dropped to 12th.
Marcus Ambrose doesn't know all the excitement that is going on behind him. And look at this. Tied for second, 17 back would be Sorensen and Sadler.
Scott Speed overheating big time, guys. Shooting a lot of water out of that 33 car.
You think he might have some brass on the front of the grill?
He's got a lap and a half to go, and I guarantee he's not going to stop to pull it off.
The driver tissue melts down. That's all you can do, Marty. You're exactly right. Danica Patrick locked up.
Yeah, she's got brake issues again.
Still.
Oh, right into Ron Fellows. She hit him accidentally. It's a tough part of the course.
She was running 13th. Has a good run going despite all the brake issues. She's going to lose a couple more spots here.
And at Marty, it looks like a right rear quarter panel's tore up big time.
And there's still problems for Stenhouse. Remember, we talked about
how...
motor.
It is motor.
I was wondering, guys.
You're right.
Yeah, it's coming apart.
Turn into turn 10.
And we've got a full course caution.
No, unbelievable.
But the final lap is out. No.
We got the white flag flying, Marty.
Check it, yes. Flag. Don't have to worry about it. No, it is a final lap. So it's going to be a full run to the finish.
Yeah, Marcus is just saying to himself, all I got to do is have a solid lap, no mistakes, hit my marks, don't miss those shifts. These things are second nature for him.
Oh, and that turn 14 is what got him a couple years now. When he hits the bump right there, he got him out of control. He's got to be thinking that.
Let's give a little credit to his substitute driver while he was gone. A friend growing up, Owens.
Yep, good drive he did for Marcos, getting that car set up.
Owen Kelly did a great job.
Yeah,
Owen Kelly. And that was Marcus' decision.
Just a few corners left in the Napa 200. And the demons for Marcus Ambrose in less than 2 weeks will be taken care of on both the Cup and nationwide level.
Okay, this is a tough part right here into turn 10. A lot of drivers trying to outbrake each other into here. Let's just get through this corner. He does a great job, Marcos does.
Alex
Alex Tagliani there in second, with McDowell close by in third. Stephen Wallace still in a career best position of fourth. And Brian Scott with a sneaky little run. He never really cracked the top five until the end.
What about Alex Tagliani? Take a look at Michael McDowell trying to make a pass. Sees better, gets back in line, guys.
Marcos Ambrose went through a lot to get here. He's thinking right now it was all worth it.
Takes the corner nice and smooth this time. Comes down the long front straightaway. Brian Scott gets turned.
Awesome job, Marcos Ambrose. Awesome job, son. Nice job, guys.
And Marcos Ambrose gets the win.
Exciting run. And we make it without rain, guys.
This is a very entertaining race.
Great race, great race.
Brian Scott ends up coming in 12th position after the last corner spin.
And look how wounded that car is.
Awesome job, guys.
Second race in a row for Richard Petty Motorsports. He wins Watkins Glen last week. And he wins again here at Montreal, Canada.
The very appreciative fans. They wanted one of their Canadian drivers to win, but they will salute the champion.
Richard Petty and Andrew Merstein, the two got to be excited about their driver, Marcos Ambrose, what he's done. Really proud for him.
And let's check in with Shannon Spake. She's caught up with a very happy winning crew chief.
I'm telling you, a very happy crew chief. You guys had so much to overcome. Starting in the back, you had a substitute driver for practice and qualifying. What was the key to getting this victory today?
Man, when Marcos got spun out there, I think by the 22, he was so determined, man. The car was really fast. The Richard Petty Motorsports DeWalt car was just so awesome. I don't know. He's the man. He is just the man.
And I think the crew down here, they're pretty good too. Guys?
All right, thank you, Shannon, as the celebration is just beginning here in Montreal, Quebec.